Hello, everyone, and welcome to day
18.
18 of Cytober. And we want to say thank you to all of our 3 or 4 ghouls, goblins, and ghosties who are actually watching these videos. And if you're not a ghost, ghoul, or goblin, maybe become one and watch the videos. It couldn't hurt. And if you're trying to decide which category you'd fall into, well, there's one simple thing to know.
If you don't know which one you are, you're a ghoul.
Right there, see? Now, I believe it's a Saturday. It's a Saturday, right?
Yes, it's a Saturday.
Which means it's our typical video. And this time around, I feel like we're just going to discuss the horror movies we've been watching and some tropes that you might see in a skit later because they drive the living daylights out of me. Like, I don't know, for example, something demonic is going on in your house, or seems demonic. Who do you call? I'd go to a preacher. You?
Preacher, a priest, some man of the cloth or woman of the cloth.
And you get there and you're like, yo, I think there's a demon at my house. And they're like, no, that doesn't sound like our problem. See, we don't really believe in demons per se, or ghosts, or things like that. And it's like, but your whole platform is built on the fact you believe in this sense. I swear, in movies, it's like the preacher or whatever has never read the book they're preaching on to people. Because it's like, that's your whole stick. Your whole stick is the demons trying to possess me. I come to you saying there's a demon trying to possess me, and you're like, I don't know, man. Don't know what to tell you.
Prove that they exist.
It's like I have to prove their existence to people whose entire money-making scheme is built around just believe us, bro.
Pretty much.
Like, I'm not criticizing churches and stuff. Believe what you want to. I have my own belief systems, but in movies especially, it's like, come on. Like, your whole scheme is believe us for real. And when you come up there and be like, yo, you're right. I know this because it's at my house. They're like, yeah, I gotta say, not really buying into that. Maybe come back 7 years from now. Oh, and record it so that if you die in a mysterious way, we can use it as evidence for further money gathering.
That we're now going to deny the next time that we see it, too.
Which, I mean, speaking of stupid things, that brings me to, I think, the most god-awful movie we've watched over the last couple of days. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not the 1900 one, but the 2000 one, since for some reason they share the exact same name.
I told you, it's part of the requel, reboot, sequel scenario.
What the hell is a requel? It's either a reboot or it's a sequel. It can't be both.
No, it's whenever you want to collect the coins from the older people who saw the first thing, but at the same time you want to get the new people in on it, so you have to keep some of the old stuff in while also introducing the new stuff.
That's just called a sequel. That's just a sequel. If the events of the prior are still there, it's simply a sequel. There's no rebooting to it if that's simply called a sequel.
Take it up with Randy.
Right? Who the hell's Randy?
From Scream. He was the one that did all of the trilogy and sequel rules. Take it up with him.
Not once did I ever hear him say something as stupid as requel in the 2 Scream movies he's in. Well, technically I think he's in 3, but post-mortem.
Post-mortem, he was in part 3, yes.
I'm pretty sure he didn't call part 3 no stupid requel.
No, he called it a trilogy.
So he was going with, oh, look, this movie takes place after this movie, and the events of the prior movie might get retconned a little bit, but for the most part, we're saying they exist. Oh, that's called a sequel.
He just hadn't realized that, 20 plus years later they were going to make the requel, and that was going to be the word, and his own niece and nephew would be the ones to make that word.
No, that's simply stupid. And I think it's just because they got lazy with naming and didn't want to actually name these movies. They were like, oh, wow, Scream. Oh, that's a pretty catchy name. Well, I mean, this would be the fifth one, sir, so we're going to call it Scream 5. I mean, we could make the M kind of look like it has a V in it for 5, but I really think we need to just call it Scream. Oh, and Halloween, what are we going to call this one? Like, Papadilla Michaels? Ooh, Michael breaks free of the asylum. No. I'm thinking Halloween.
Oh, but don't forget, to make it easier, they always make sure that they put the year behind it.
Yes, because that makes it easier. Why not just go with the H40? Like, Halloween H2O. That one was like, oh, Halloween 20 years later. They weren't thinking that hard about the name.
They weren't sure about the chemistry involved in naming it H40.
I don't think they were involving chemistry in H2O.
Well, apparently they were, because there was a girl that I went to school with that swore up and down that it said, like, H2O was a formula for water, so she had to say H20 all the time, because for some reason she was very obsessed with H2O being the formula for water.
Well, okay. But, yeah, I know what you did last summer. There will be spoilers. God awful spoilers. Spoilers that I came to the conclusion of about, halfway through the movie and was praying I was wrong for the rest of the movie, and God, was it god awful. First off, like in the original, we talked about the original a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Maybe a week ago. I don't really know. It's her job to keep track of this nonsense. She says 2 weeks, I'll go with it. But we talked about the original, like, weeks prior. And we discussed how, like, they did not know at the beginning that the dude threw himself in front of their car. That was not privy knowledge. They didn't know he threw a brick in front of their car and then jumped down in the road and was like, ugh. Hopefully none of these people are pre-med and know how to check a pulse. Ugh.
Apparently. They were not, from the looks of it.
So they actually thought they did something wrong. Like, there was this legitimate sense of they felt they did something wrong. In the new one, there is none of that because they didn't do anything wrong. They could have put the car, like, back towards the corner if they wanted to make it seem more like they were in the wrong. But no, they decided that the corner...
They just parked stupidly in this one.
But no, they decided that the corner that the people come around, that, blind corner, maybe that could cause issues. Now, it needs to be 500 feet that way. Like, maybe half a mile that way. Like, it needs to be so far, like, you can barely see that corner anymore. And the dude standing in the road, it's not like they hid the car in the bushes, so, like, there was no knowledge as anyone might be on the side of the road because you couldn't see the car or anything. Nope. Car's right there on the side of the road.
Not to mention that he wasn't even the thing that caused it. Like, the other car that came about first swerved around him, so clearly there was enough room on the road to swerve around without flying.
No, the first car didn't swerve around him. The one dude tackled him out of the way.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Remember, both these cars were just going to run over the pedestrian.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Like, there was plenty of room to go in the other lane and go around them. But no, they straight up are running over the pedestrian.
They weren't observing traffic laws, for sure.
They see a pedestrian, they hit the gas. One, like, you're on top of a mountaintop going around corners, so your speed should probably not be the strongest anyways.
Well, especially on something that they call Reaper's Corner.
And then you can clearly see a car, you can clearly see 4 people in the road, and one dude a little bit further in the road. Like, and you have plenty of time to slow down.
Yeah, it's not like it was midnight. There was still daylight out. Like, you could have seen that.
No, it was technically night because they were doing the fireworks.
Well, I mean, they were, but it was still bright enough that you could see a person in the road.
Well, your headlights definitely would be able to see another car and people. Meaning, just seeing the other car, you should have been slowing down. Not knowing if people were going to be, fixing something. If there might be a little child that was in that car running out in front of you.
I think your running theory was that since the dude was supposed to be half black, for some reason there was some racism elements of not being able to see him. Even if that was the theory, they should have been able to see the like 3 or 4 other white people standing around the black person.
That's the only thing I can think of on how no one saw him until like they were right on him, and it all seemed like they sped up to hit him. And then, like the dude, for some reason, instead of just going into the next lane, because it's not like there was another car coming, so it was like super invasive actions he had to do, or the dude ran out of nowhere into the middle of the road. No, the dude was stagnant. He was just stationary in the road. There was nothing on the other side. Could have clearly went around like you do in Amish.
People have done less whenever there's a deer in the road they're trying to swerve for.
Like, you know, just like an Amish or something, you just go around. It's so simple. But no, this dude, for some reason, swerves off. And then for some reason, I don't even know, like, with the fact that 80% of his truck was still on the road, why his vehicle decided to just plummet off. Like, I get the engine would be heavy, but like that, the rest of that truck isn't light either.
Well, he was committing a crime of driving in the first place.
And then, like, he has enough strength to, like, punch through the window to grab the dude, but he can't simply hit the unlock button so that they could get him out. The door would open.
Well, maybe he was impaired, although I don't think it said he was.
But, yeah, that was the dumbest thing ever. Like, it's like, oh, they did such a wrong thing. It's like, no, legitimately, theirs was dude bad at driving, drives off the side of the
Don't
cliff.
forget, in this one, they even called the cops and the ambulance. Although they did drive off, which they shouldn't have done. But at the same time, they at least did call the cops on this one.
Well, technically, something like that, it's helpful for you to give a statement about the accident. But if it's a legitimate accident, you can report an accident anonymously. Like, you can report a drunk driver anonymously.
True.
Like, they don't make you sit there and confront the drunk driver.
That would be bad news.
But yeah, no, so technically reporting an anonymous accident, that is a perfectly viable thing. Because despite what the movie tries to push down your throat, they actually had nothing to do with that. I feel like that dude was swerving off the road there regardless of if there was a black dude in the middle of the road or not.
True, because they weren't underage drinking. They were all of drinking age. They weren't drinking in the first place. They were just kind of being stupid in the middle of the road.
But also the whole fact of, like, they see the truck go over, and it's like, bloop, 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 like playing Plinko on the way down, and it's going way down. And the one woman's like, well, we got to go down there. He might be okay. It's like, you jump off. If you're okay when you reach the bottom, call us on your cell phone, and we will come down there to help you guys. Because something tells me the playing Plinko in your truck getting down there, you ain't okay.
That was right on par with the Leprechaun Origins part where the dude gets split down the middle, and she's like, "Oh, do you think he's okay?"
That wasn't Leprechaun Origins. That was Leprechaun
Oh,
Returns.
sorry, Leprechaun Returns. Either way, it was a Leprechaun movie, and the people were supposed to be college educated, but stupid as heck.
But yeah, so it's like, you jump off, play Plinko down there like that truck just did, and if you're okay, call us and we'll head down there and help. Now, if you can't call us, I'm afraid we're gonna have to assume you're dead. And then, I already hate when they bring back legacy characters. It's like, if you survived the serial killer in one, especially if you survived 2 movies, like, just let them be. Let them die of old age off the thing. Or if you bring them back, let it be for a cameo and they have nothing to do with it other than that. I hate the bringing back legacy characters just to kill them off. And this one did a double dose of, like, F you, Damon. Because they brought back a legacy character and ruined the legacy character by making them the villain. Which I called.
Yes, you did.
Because I was like, there's no way that they'd be that stupid, right? And then it just, everything kept going more and more. I'm like, it hurts so bad. Which, I like how they kill him, but they left Shelby, Sheila,
Stevie.
they left her pretty much alive for the sequel. Because they do the whole, Like he supposedly shoots her, clearly misses. She falls off the boat. So she's clearly still alive for a sequel, but they kill him off.
Well, she was a white girl, so of course they had to miss her.
Couldn't they have made Jennifer Love Hewitt the villain if they were going to do that stupidness? Why did it have to be the dude? They could have made the female one the villain?
Well, don't forget his motive.
Oh, yes. He turned into Freddy Krueger. Being forgotten. I've been killed before. I've been stabbed, hooked, but being forgotten. Now that's a kicker. I can't deal with that.
That is true. Clearly he could not.
That was so dumb. Or her just butchering all her friends because it's like, yeah, when I went off the deep end and my dad lost all his money and I decided to turn to drugs, my friends stopped trying to help me after I chose drugs over them. So I'm going to blame them hardcore. It's like, you took the drugs.
Don't forget the reason that the dude who swerved wildly in the road was her boyfriend who she had met after rehab. And he was on his way to her because he thought that she had relapsed. And then...
Shouldn't he have really been going slow then? Like, if he was coming to pick her up, like, approaching the vehicle with her in it, shouldn't he have been going slow to stop and pick her up? Not speed demoning. Like, are we sure he wasn't trying to run her over?
No, I think they just added that part at the end. I'm not sure they even knew each other prior to that.
Like, all of it was so freaking bad. Not to mention the amount of times they have the weirdest way to use a hook. Like, instead of, like, stabbing him in the throat, hook style, pulling back, it's like, no, he does the hook up here and then does this. It's like, what is that? You just use a knife if you're wanting to slit the throat.
It was a neck piercing with a hook. Not recommended.
That one hurt so bad. I already hate them bringing back legacy characters. And I wasn't even like the biggest fan of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Clearly you were not.
But they didn't deserve that. It's like, I haven't even watched Scream 5 because of how they do Dewey. Like, I haven't watched Scream 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever the hell they are on now.
7 comes out next February.
Well, I haven't watched any of them because of how they did Dewey. And I thought that was like the epitome of stupidness. That being said, with how dumb the Halloween new trilogy was, I'd been fine with them killing off Laurie Strode. That legacy character needed to be offed with how dumb they made that.
Well, Michael was super obsessed for 40 years as he was in the mental institution not doing anything to anyone.
My biggest issue with that is if you take away the second movie, you erase that one, so you only have the first, not a single thing in the first movie suggests he cared 2 iolas about Laurie Strode. Because, yes, he looked at her from an old man's backyard. At least we assume it was him. Since the mask was actually quite popular and easy to access, it actually could have just been the old dude in the backyard. And she mistook it as Michael.
And I think they did say it was old man whatever.
But he was obviously after Annie. Whose house does he go to? He could have went to Laurie's house. It was just Laurie and Tommy. He doesn't. He goes to Annie's house. He's content staying at Annie's house. He doesn't even try to go over to the house Laurie's at. Laurie comes over to Annie's house and messes up his, like, arts and crafts that he's doing.
True.
And then he follows her because witness that's going to send cops to the house. Like, until she goes over and actively, like, dicks with him, he hasn't gave 3 iolas about her and has just been going about his own way.
True. It did seem that way.
But, yeah, there was a lot to dissect there. A lot of wrong. Who knows what else will have go wrong or movies we'll see that are stupid as hell? Like that little Mel Megan show that we watched, which at the end was like, oh yeah, 'twas aliens all along, pretty much.
That would have made more sense than what I actually went with. 'Twas aliens all along.
What was that one called? Robin?
Yes, it was Robin, yes.
Like, the movie wasn't good by any means, but it was at least being like a normal subpar horror movie till the end, where it's just like, dude, we need an ending. Come up with something. And he's like, yo, nephew that's still in kindergarten. Come up with an ending. I need one quick. My boss is hammering me. Duh, boo boo. Okay, the boo boo. And that's what they went with.
Pretty much.
But I think that's enough of a rant for today. We will let you know more rants. I guarantee you it. Because by the time that October's fully over, we are going to have watched, I'm going to say, at least roughly 45 horror movies throughout this month. And I am including the slight precursor we did with the Leprechauns.
True.
With that, I think we might actually hit 50.
That is true. We did have to do the precursor with the Leprechauns.
So, I would say we might actually hit 50 horror movies by the end of the month. You?
Yeah.
But, so, I'm sure we'll have more rants and stuff for you at a different time. But for now, unless Freddie Prinze Jr. is behind me, and I just want to let him know how wrong I think they did him, and he should have turned down reappearing. He should have let them get some other person to appear in the movie as Ray. Maybe they could have got The Rock. We know he likes to steal the spotlight from everything. They could have The Rock come in as Ray.
I mean, maybe. That would have made more sense.
Jennifer Love Hewitt would have been like, Ray, you tan so well now, and got so tribal tattooed. Yeah, after that island adventure we went on, I had to get the tribal ink, man. Seeing that, dreadlock Jack Black does it to you. Like, that would have been better. It still would have been crapping on a legacy character, but at least it wouldn't have been the legacy character playing the legacy character.
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't bring back Dreadlock Jack Black somehow.
Oh, he'll be in the next one. Like, the girl that clearly...
Like Helen?
Clearly the killer that, didn't die because he, aimed in the sky and shot and she jumped off the boat herself. She's going to appear with Jack Black. They'll be the killers in the next one.
She was his secret daughter.
Jack Black's going to be like, hey, man, the hook was sharp, so I stabbed him. I can't help it, man. Don't worry. Be hooky.
Probably.
But anyways, you want to sign us off?
This is a Cyclone of Fright saying goodnight to all our ghosts, ghouls, and gobos. See you next time.
I'm a ghost.
I guess I'd be a goblin.
She's a ghoul. See you guys.
See ya.